Hello, Mr. Prophecy, can you hear me? Well, I hope you guys can hear me, but if Mr. Prophecy can't hear me, well, that's, I guess, just too bad. But greetings.
I can hear you.
Oh, there you go. I thought you weren't there. Greetings to
You
everybody.
weren't talking.
I was.
Yeah, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No.
I'm going to fight with you for the rest of time. I was definitely talking, and the people on the stream will bear out that I was talking the entire time.
That's just because they're bought and paid for.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. Well, CS greetings, CS Goers. It's me, Extremes, with my usual partner in crime, Prophecy. We're doing some ESEA main Europe tonight. Again, we've been slightly scuppered by our scheduling, wherein the game we were going to do ended up being cancelled at the last minute. So we got a last minute substitute for you guys. It's PACT from Poland versus Final Gaming Speedlink from Germany.
Yeah. Two teams that have done pretty well. PACT is currently 6-2 on the log, and Final Gaming is 6-1. Neither team's actually played a game of Cobble, so I have no idea what to expect from them.
I guess we shall see. We saw quite a bit of Cobble yesterday, so I'd be interested to see what the playstyles here are versus what we've become used to from the teams we've been seeing in the last couple of days.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen different styles. Obviously, the Brits seem to be a favorite of ours somehow. Not quite certain how we keep picking up them.
Yeah, that is weird, eh? How we keep getting the British games. Nobody British here, I hope. Are we free and clear from the British influence?
Who knows at this point? Is anybody free from the British influence?
Whoa, pulling out the colonial links there. Well done. Somehow appropriate given current world events, I guess, but we'll be getting into this one pretty shortly. Looks like all 5 players from both sides are on the server. Just spending a bit of time flying around the server because for some reason they don't even want to shoot each other, man. What is this?
Yeah, looks like we do in fact have a full 5-man lineup now for PACT, waiting for the last 2 players. They have arrived and we should be going. I mean, usually at this point they probably spent about 10-20 minutes in DM just warming up the aim. Multi is expending a lot of money, throwing weapons out the window.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Robin Hood, but not really.
Sort of like a Robin Hood, yeah. Well, we're kind of like Robin Hoods too, because we're waking up at 3:30 in the morning to do a 4 o'clock bravado game because we're stupid or something.
But we're not stealing from the rich, though.
Stealing sleep from ourselves.
Are we rich in sleep, though?
Lately I have been, but I know you haven't been.
Well, do what we can.
Indeed we do. Well, having a way. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what you feel in terms of Cobble as a map. Is it a map that tends to favor either side more these days? I know at one point it was heavily CT favored. It seems a little more balanced now. Where do you think it is?
I mean, it's still T favored. It has been T favored for quite a while. It's leaned a little bit more towards CT. We have seen some good teams get some fairly good CT sides, but still a map very dependent, I think, on CT economy. They tend to do well when they have a lot of economy, and when they don't have economy, they tend to struggle quite a bit because of the fact that it is a map that allows a lot of rushes, and especially given the way that the map is set up, B is, I mean, I can't remember who made the joke, but it was one of the top tier analysts who actually said that, you know, Cobble, you as a terrorist, you spawn with map control basically, and it just allows a very quick B rush. But as a result, B is often played early rounds in a or the map is played in a 1-4 setup with 1 player on A and 4 on B, obviously. But that then allows rushes through A. If you can get the early pick, you can often earn yourself a very easy route into the large site, and that is a much more difficult site to retake than many others in the game. So as a result, I think Speed Gaming probably have gotten the easier side, but not necessarily the more successful one.
Indeed, and we're seeing some drop play coming out, yeah.
Multi trying to get clever there, unfortunately. Sinks and friends were up to the task, and they'll actually clean up a number of the PACT players here. This has gone horribly south for PACT. They don't even get, well, they get 1 kill, but by then it's far too late. Sinks starting off well, and the rest of the team just following up big time.
Rip life. that was just so quick. We didn't even really catch much of the action there. It's just everybody's dead.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not really 100% certain why Multi decided to push in there. Like, maybe trying to be clever, but, I mean, surely on a pistol round, there's no way they're only going to send one guy down drop, especially now with that amount of utility expended. So I would have been much happy to see PACT actually just play, one or two guys outside the drop area maybe. You can rotate a little bit quicker as a result. And Force up here from Poles. Can they get anything done? Coyote gets one kill, but it is going to be two going the way of Speedlink.
Now it's on Daku here in the side. He's got the CZ and it's great at close range, but it's not going to matter. But there is the flank from Veggie. He gets 3. That was insane. 2 headshots there included, and it brings it right towards the Polish lineup here. Veggie going to be getting the final kill. He did amazing work there. Quad kill to round it out.
That was absolutely filthy. I mean, fantastic play there by him to get in behind Final Gaming, and then just, I mean, the Reaper was present because just 3 insanely quick headshots and then just finishing it off with the AK as well at the end there. So yeah, I mean, Veggie, if he's going to start off like that, Final Gaming might have quite the game on their hands here.
Yeah, that was a big play, and it does set up the CTs fairly well now with those stolen rifles as well. But the Germans are going for the force and not going to get many kills going their way, but 2 nice shots from Sinks. Now it's possible.
Yeah, he's also started off well as PACT now has to get through that door. Not a very good situation for Final Gaming as they do in fact miss that smoke. And PACT, well, it's 1v3 in their favor. Shipter's going to get the first one. And he's going to find himself an AK, so it is doable. I mean, both these players are within 1-shot range, obviously, with the AK, but he's going to have to make certain that he kills probably Daku first, and he's going to have to hit him with the first bullet. Kill him with that first bullet as well, so if he does find Multi, it's a much harder game, I think, or much harder round to win.
Indeed, creeping up here past the wood. Going to get towards cannons where his nemesis is waiting for him. And it's a very hard angle to walk into. And as I was saying that, it's not going to work out for him. A little bit of BM there too. I like that. Getting your opponent's heads early on. And Daku starting well.
Yeah, I mean, Veggie actually, I think, the real hero of that game, or that round, is he got 2 kills there.
Again.
Despite losing his, despite losing his supporting player, he got 2 kills before just really buying enough time to prevent Final Gaming Speedlink rushing to the middle area there.
Indeed, 2-1 now, PACT in the lead, and they're against a team with pretty much nothing to work with. Jeez. That is a little risky, they're taking that fight, but he takes the fight nonetheless and will go down. Lunaticor going down to Shifter, but he has the spray down from Veggie, just padding those stats against the unarmored players here.
Yeah, Veggie looking very solid here. Getting the third, not going to get the fourth, does do significant amount of damage here. So Veggie starting off in pretty much the best possible, a 9-1-2 after the end of 4 rounds. So he is having a wonderful start to this game.
Yeah, looking really good, and his opponents aren't really making it hard for him either. So if you're going to keep going to his bomb site, maybe more of that to come. Might be a good idea to go to the other one.
Yeah, I mean, Speedlink hasn't, or Final Gaming hasn't really shown an execute as yet outside of the pistol round, which really was just 2 smokes and then a couple of good shots being hit. So if that is the method of fighting they use, as Auto Director screws me, Nevi, he's going to get the first kill, but Coyote has got the angle, he's got potential for a lot of kills here. He does in fact get 3, Daku chimes in as well. It's now STK. He's the last remaining player here for the Polish side. He's in a 1v2 with 10 HP. Can he do it? Doesn't have the bomb. So, I mean, this round is all but done at this point. He's going to have to hit an absolutely amazing shot to even get himself 1 kill.
Nothing but headshots required, yeah, and it's not going to happen for him. Lunaticor taking him down on the rotate there from the A site. And got to say, the Poles looking very strong in those situations where a player from the Polish side PACT is presented with a couple of the opponents in his field of view. He tends to get the kills.
Yeah, some very good spray down there by Coyote, getting 3 kills. Well, yeah, it was 3 kills, I think, in the final tally. And again, Final Gaming just trying a rush, not quite working out. Rush number 4, here we go. Is that going to work? No, Veggie is up to the task, as we've clearly seen. He's going to pad some stats. Does eventually go down to Sinks, who seem to be the best player of the Germans. But Lunaticor, he is sitting up here like the Overwatch. And fragging even the smoke is not enough to stop him from getting straight through. STK
does a little bit of damage there to Darku, but Lunatic Core will be enough to clean him up there. And PACT once again shown very, very good play in terms of spray control and first bullet aim.
Yeah, looking sharp and dialed in are the Polish side, and you also got to say there in that situation, very unfortunate for Final Gaming that the bomb went down and managed to roll that far up a hill. I don't know how that works, but it put them in a pretty difficult situation to get it down, and a couple of players getting sprayed down through the smoke as well. So full buy on both sides.
I was just going to say, Final Gaming again, aggressive early on, don't really take much map control, tend to sort of stick to one side, don't spread out very well, and PACT has already gotten very, very aggressive on B long, so they could start cheating players over here. You can actually start, you can actually see two of the players already moving towards the A site now. As Final Gaming, they need to make this happen, they need to make it happen quickly. Otherwise, they could be in a world of hurt here, as Lunatic Core has also got himself that AWP, and I would assume he's probably spotting long. Veggie actually gets flashed through.
Decides not to go for the fight, yeah, but we've got the AWP towards long. He gets the double, the old through and through before he gets taken down. Veggie, meanwhile, getting somebody in middle. And he's still posted up here, 4v2, and it's going to be really difficult for SDCO and Elbow. But SDCO gets the kill there, bringing it back to a more manageable sort of situation. But this flank is going to undo them. Coyote there, swatting it down. 3v1 now for the AWP, and I don't have much hope in him winning this.
No, it's going to be an absolutely spectacular win if he does make it happen. I don't think he's going to... Does he check behind him, though? He does, in fact. He's going to molly, but that gives away his position. So PACT will almost certainly just set it up. And you can see Multi already pushing, trying to pick up that first kill for himself. And does, in fact, get it right as the last kill of that round. 1, 2, and 2. So hasn't had the best start, but when Veggie, Lunatic Core, and Coyote are doing as much damage as they do, don't think Multi is in too much of a worry.
Yeah, got no issues there if they're all contributing as much as they are. And for Final Gaming now, they're going on to the AKs and rifles in general because of the loss bonus that's absolutely piling up.
How much damage does this nade do? It should do a ton. Yeah, it absolutely wrecks
2 nades
Final
in fact.
Gaming. Yeah, and they're going to jump in now, but PACT is more than aware of this. First kill goes the way of Multi. That'll be Sinks, the best player. Veggie is cleaning up here as he gets the second. Should get the third. He does get the third, and Darku cleans up the rest. PACT 7-1. And Final Gaming, they certainly do not look like they have much tactics outside of pick a spot or pick a bomb site and run towards that.
So their record in the championship so far, how are they doing? Where are they placed on the log at the moment?
6-1.
So they have beaten a number of sides. You think it must be lesser sides than one would think, considering?
Quite likely. I mean, they lost the very first game that they were supposed to play, and they've now been on a 6-game win streak. As I said, this is the first time they're playing Cobble, so we'll see how that goes. It's another nade going to ruin them. It does seem as though PACT does do a very, very good job of timing his nades, and Final Gaming trying to take duels. Not going to work out so well when the opponent has an automatic weapon. So we see Coyote pick up another 2 kills before going down.
Wholesale rotate coming in, but it seems like they're thinking better of it now. Lunatic Core deciding to stick around on the Vanya, doing the jump spotting, which is quite a nice spot to be in. Veggie going to be padding his stats yet more here, and ooh, that spray transfer. I thought he might even get that before he got punished there with the deagle.
It did look pretty... well, I mean, it did look pretty sexy on that spray transfer. Unfortunately, you actually have to hit something to make the spray transfer sexy, rather than just make it look good.
So 3v1 sort of situation yet again. We've seen this a few times, yeah. And STCO, what is he going to be able to do? Got no armor and a deagle. The bomb is down. They know where it is, but they're not keeping eyes directly on it. So he does have some room to breathe here. He needs to get lucky, basically, is what this player needs for his side. And he's going to get spotted now, so there will be a reaction. They should move in on him any second here. Oh, very nice headshot. Now it's possible.
Definitely is. He's got to make certain that he gets past Multi. He's going to get the plant, so this will actually be only... Is this the first plant of the game? It is indeed, as Final Gaming will not be too stressed about that.
Oh, and he just adjusts the aim there at the last second, and it's so unfortunate for him. I mean, if you look at that, he was pre-aiming the right spot and just moves, probably based on the sound cue of the player running from middle. Gets wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, can't really blame him at that point. I think they got a lot more out of that round than they were expecting, but
As it is, PACT still looking very, very much in control of this map. Veggie 17, 3 and 6 doing simple.
Jeez, that is a carry of note, and there's also a carry of notes in chat. Abuse, how are you doing, man? Good to see you here, and let's see if PACT are going to continue getting carried here by a guy named after a vegetable.
Yeah, PACT at the moment. I mean, Final Gaming seems to have adapted. They're slowing things down. I mean, it is too late. They've actually lost the half. So, it's not looking too shabby for PACT at the moment. Done quite a bit of damage to Shifter, but they are running slightly low on nades on a couple of players, and Lunatic Hawk does get that kill there on STCO. As, ooh, sexy couple of shots there from NeviZ. How's that, Nevizu?
We'll go with that. Nevizu. That sounds good. And everybody's flashed on the speed bomb side. In he goes, Nevizu, and gets another one. Opening it up for his team here. 3 kills so far. And it looks like they might get around on the board here. This only their second of the game, potentially. All down to Lunatical with that AWP. I just don't see it happening for him.
No, I don't see it happening either. It's be taken with an AWP is not the easiest weapon at the best of times, and in 1v4 I think you'd have to be Kenny S level of crazy to actually even attempt it. So Lunatical, does he make it out? He does in fact make it out with half of his life. As Nevizu is looking to hunt him down. Does he have the chance to...
Oh! What? That was the Kaylee shot.
No, it's just bullshit.
That was fantastic. I'd love to see that one again. I really need to set up replays on my OBS because that was just stupid.
That was stupidly entertaining.
And hey, views, I'm also good. Thanks, man. Good to hear you're well. Going into round 11 here, 8-2 for PACT. Final Gaming finally getting another on the board there, and part of it being the Kaylee shot. Gotta love it. And continuing to revert to type here, going for the rush. The nades slightly off the mark, and there should be a shot for Lunatical. Gets the first here. Looking for more, but he's not going to get more. The hero of the last round, Nevizu, gets another kill. 4v4 at the moment. The bomb site not completely in their control, but they're going to go for the plant nonetheless.
Yeah, the bomb's actually going to go down while there's a lot of noise happening, and Nevizu, sorry, not Nevizu, Zelbo actually had to hit that, as STCO could probably get found out. They're losing players at a rapid rate here of Final Gaming, and Dark Crew is going to come in. He's going to pick up STCO. Last remaining member is that AWP. Is he going to get the shot? He does. That's a fantastic close range AWP shot, but he doesn't have an angle on the bomb. He's going to have to jump out and get shot in the face. Mulsi cleans him up, and 9-2. PACT looking extremely potent at the moment.
I did like that Valiant attempt at the no-scope there when he knew it was pretty much all his lost. Goes for the simple style no-scope. Doesn't work out for him, but if he'd hit it, I think we would have been going a little crazy on that one, eh?
Yeah, certainly would have deserved a little bit of hype. I mean, I don't know if he would have had enough time to prevent the defuse, but... Oh, Final Gaming. STCO, well, actually ends up killing Veggie, and that's a pretty big kill given that PACT has relied quite a bit on Veggie to hit some crazy shots. But STCO, he's not looked too bad either, as Final Gaming once again going for the slow method, and this was what it worked for them in their second round. Is it going to work again as Coyote gets super aggressive here, pushing up?
Yeah, that's a
This is
little
just
dicey.
disaster. Yeah, this says disaster written all over it for one team, yeah.
We got to see who bumps into who in the smoke here because they are quite close to each other. That could also be a wall. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that a little bit, but going towards middle now, and Sinks and Co going in, and they're going to get punished by Lunatical. Will he get the trade? Yes, there's the trade from Zelbo. And numbers still favor them. Nevizu now getting a ton of information here about the rotation coming in.
Yeah, you will have definitely heard the one player running by. I don't know if he's aware of the second. Clearly not making calls to rotate back, as Final Gaming does seem to be...
Oh, what a shot from Shifter. I was just getting a little bit worried that he didn't see him. Meanwhile, some action going on here. Nevizu, the hero from a couple of rounds ago, taking the fight here. It looks like he may even just win, and he does. He executes Mulsi, and that's another round for Final Gaming. So a late surge here from the Germans.
Yeah, very late surge. I mean, at this point, 9-6 is the best they can do. They should get close here. since PACT will have absolutely no money, and you could actually see towards the end there them deciding on the save, but Nevizu had already backstabbed them by then, so a little bit late, and Final Gaming I think will be upset that they left a lot of rounds on the table with just some crazy rushes, and are they going to do it again?
I really hope they don't. I really hope they don't against pistols. Somebody throw a flash, please, please. Nevizu about to enter here, and there are players waiting for him. That just seems super dicey to go this route.
They're either in a massive rush or they have a lot of Russian blood in their veins, because that seems very, very... Oh! Okay.
Doesn't check the corner. Wow,
especially,
okay.
Yeah, that was just odd. I mean... Well, trade outs here as Zelbo picks up Darku, and PACT at this point need to do as best they can. Multi, what can he do? He's not going to be able to do enough. Coyote has rotated in though. He does have an AK, and I wonder if Final Gaming is aware of this. That AK is going to do huge damage. It takes out Zelbo, and Shipta has to... Well, he has to move to try and take that into account and get shot.
Absolutely wrecked. And 10-3 now also indicates the wreckage on the scoreboard. Final Gaming had the opportunity to get 6 in the half, and it's not going to happen. And a lot of it's thanks to that flank from themselves that gave the players from PACT an AK to work with.
Yeah, and I mean, interesting that Final Gaming is not forcing for the first time in the second last round of the game.
Yeah, and in they go, playing to type again with the rush. The flash working out beautifully, but there is the trade here. And the numbers are getting whittled down piece by piece here. Only 2 pieces left on the chessboard, now only 1. Veggie's hungry for more, and he's going to get more. This player is absolutely on fire. 20 kills at the moment for 9 deaths. And let's have a look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is some ugly reading for any Speedlink or Final Gaming fans, as Veggie and Coyote basically account for your entire team.
Yep, knocking them down. Quite a KD they've got there. 11-3 at the moment in this ESEA main encounter. And let us remind you, this is a T-favored map. So PACT doing really well on the polls, but there's Estico getting the entry. Very nice work.
Why did Lumic go so wide though? That was a crazy wide peak from the orb.
Feeling confident, I guess.
And there's confidence, and then there's, I think, arrogance, and that definitely felt a little bit more like the latter, as Veggie trying to make something happen. Not going to happen as Estico shuts him down, and Coyote dies on the B side, so it's all up to Darku in the middle area here. Does he get it? No, he does not, and that's the end of that. So PACT should be losing their 4th round of the half, but, I mean, at an 11 for CT half of Cobble, I can't see any other teams being too sad about that.
Indeed not. Nade should not do as much damage as I was expecting. You can make it land on the player there perfectly, but the jump throw actually threw it off. Bad move, Malsey, and I don't think Malsey's going to be long for this world. He should be put down. Very nice headshot there from Sinks, making it 11-4, and massive mountain to climb here for the Germans.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen how the Germans had what, I mean, I don't know if you can really call it a T side. There wasn't really much going on outside of just straight rushes, which PACT seemed more than capable of dealing with. But does PACT themselves have a T side to speak of? That's the real question.
That is indeed the question. Let's see if it will be answered here, or whether or not the Germans might claw their way back into this one. We're going into the second half. This is, of course, ESEA main and out of Europe. Final Gaming, sponsored by Speedlink. I like the Speedlink in their name. That's cheeky. Against PACT from Poland. So are PACT going to continue going crazy on Veggie, Lunaticore, and Coyote?
Well, I mean, given how they've played thus far, it looks like they should. But of course, he's had less dependent on just outrageous raw skill and a little bit more on... Well, Shipta certainly ruins any idea that I had for potential team play, since he just executes half the team. Darku is the last remaining player. Estico also some very, very clean headshots. And could we see a reverse situation of the first pistol?
Oh, no.
Yep, indeed. 4 players alive.
nothing they could do there. Just shut down based on pure aim. And a little bit of the 5-7 spam, if it might be said.
I mean, if you're going to peek like that, that's actually, I think, a much better way to hold the drop. Yeah, I mean, the 5-7 is probably not necessarily the best pickup for that area, but it's a much better way of playing the drop since you're not having to hit the shots. You can fall back and let them just take drop and then pin them in there.
Makes absolute sense. Got the force buy now on PACT, and the Poles are looking to find an opening against a fairly strong buy here, courtesy of the round opening round when they're on Final Gaming, probing around towards this A long area, but Final Gaming playing it a lot more passively than we saw PACT doing.
I mean, I don't think PACT knew what... sorry. I don't think Final Gaming knew what passive was until, what was it, 7th or 8th round?
It does seem like it. So 4-4 at this stage. Fortunately not catching the kills there. Thank you, Order Director. Appreciate it. And there should be a kill coming in here for the T's, and it is going to happen. There's a weapon in their hands. Not the greatest of weapons, but long range with the UMP.
4v2, you know, Sinks has got a lot of work to do here. A lot of low HP players, so he certainly has the possibility, but they are trying to fight him together. And they will, in fact, clean him up in the end there as Unicorn and Dark, who are the last remaining players, as Nevizu has to make some magic happen. Can he do it? He's going to spot the first player, and that'll force Unicorn out of hiding. Unicorn actually has the advantage here in terms of headshot capability, and we can see that right away. Nevizu has got a bullet. He's got an extra breathing hole, I guess. Not really where he wants one, but PACT. Second anti-eco that they've won.
Indeed.
Eco that they've won, actually. Eco.
Yeah, that was quite a thing there. I did think Nevizu had a big chance there with the USP. Could have probably done some damage, but decided not to pull it out soon enough and got punished. And there comes the nade airstrike, and because he was fully flashed, Nevizu nades himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one here as PACT now. I mean, this is probably when you want to push out. Again, it's very, very aggressive, but just that, I think, extra 2 seconds hold where any nades that Final Gaming might have had are just absolutely useless. And PACT showing a much better ability to take the B site than Final Gaming ever did.
Yep, nice and easy. Got run over. Nothing to see here, folks. Because there really wasn't anything to see there. They didn't have anything to work with. I like the idea of the airstrike with the nades. But unfortunately, the flashes making sure that those didn't really hit the mark at all. And double save, of course, here for Final Gaming. So going into this, they're facing a full bouquet of rifles, and it would be an absolute miracle if they were to turn around. But of course, in Counter-Strike, miracles happen all the time.
Well, PACT is going to use the same strat. Going to go out earlier this time, so they probably did realize that Final Gaming would have to be on a full save. Huge damage dealt there as Coyote is now in through the drop, but nobody's watching it. He's going to get the first kill, gets the second as well, and PACT at this point should just easily clean it up. They'll take out the last 2 players, and that was the one thing that we never saw Final Gaming do either, is that they never attacked the bomb site from 2 different angles. It was always basically out long on B, or trying to run through the middle on A. There was a couple of times when they might have snuck a player through the long A, but very rarely did they actually use drop effectively.
Yeah, I don't know what to say anymore with that Final Gaming just getting run over here. Boot prints on the face. Unfortunately for them, it's one of their last chances now, 14-5. They do have the buy, and there's a nice flash opening it up for the AWPer so that he could get the opportunity to go for the shot. Meanwhile, they're accelerating onto the A site here, are PACT, and it's against one player, but they're being stymied here. And what's kind of weird here from the CTs is that the rotate is really slow in coming.
I don't think they actually realized that there was a lot of flashes early on, but PACT, I think, just kept moving the whole time, and given the distance from the players, that's probably what happened. Veggie gets himself an easy kill, then Nevizu walking sideways through the murder hole as Coyote is going to get killed out by Estico, Veggie, and Lunatic Core. Oh, a missed AWP shot there, and that is a fantastic headshot. Zelbo's actually been rounded on. Does he have enough? He does, in fact, point blank with the no-scope, and Veggie, well, I mean, can we say any more about this young man?
Well, he is Polish, and Virtus Pro are bad right now, so I don't know. Maybe they need to look further down the food chain.
Yeah, I mean, could be a potential player, but I mean, Virtus Pro is in MDL, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So not actually as much
Mid-tier
lower
MDL, so.
as one would think. They're famously terrible online. It's good to see a Polish team doing well online. It's Final Gaming, who don't have much to work with in this final round. Potentially, if they don't win it, 10 map and match points here in hand for PACT, and all the equipment they could possibly want.
This could go very south here, as Coyote is aware of the flank and he's going to kill Estico very, very quickly. He does also spot the player and drop now, and Zelbo is going to kill Veggie. That's a huge kill in context of this round, as Coyote is now going to try to take a fight. Instantly gets a dink though, and that will make him reconsider life, as PACT is very... Oh, they certainly are determined on getting out here on long. Trades are coming through. There are a lot of players with low HP for PACT here.
What a
Sinks
shot.
Gets a wonderful deagle.
That was rather tremendous. Coyote going to spot the player out, but he might go down. He's low HP here, and they're dancing around in the smoke. And there's a kill. And wow, I didn't think it was going to go their way, but Final Gaming do actually take the round. 60 HP on Sinks, and he gets himself free orb.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think like Coyote had to hit the spray there, and it just wasn't able to. Sinks eventually being the death of him with that deagle. So Final Gaming have the smallest of chances now. Cannot afford to lose another round. And I mean, it must suck. Certainly does suck for me personally to win a round and end up with worse equipment than when you started.
Yeah, of course, Counter-Strike always an economy game. A little bit of accounting always needs to go into it. And for Final Gaming, at least the AWP is somewhat of a lifeline. Zelbo has been pretty good with it so far. And early rotate here from Final Gaming, it's a full commit from PACT.
Yeah, Ship is actually going to get burnt out of position there, as he's now trying to take fight. He gets the first two. Something needs to happen here. Veggie is on a very, very late drop now. I don't know if Nevies you heard it. Nobody else would have. So it's all up to Veggie, as Shifter gets himself a third, and Sinks is aware of Veggie's rotation or the possibility of it. And Multi, he's not going to be capable of any more than that. Shifter gets himself a 4K and pushes himself to the top of the scoreboard for his team.
Unfortunate there for PACT, but Final Gaming continuing to grab every lifeline sent their way with both hands. They don't want to let go of this one. Not even at half the score of PACT yet, so a massive mountain to climb here.
Yeah, a huge one.
So we got the force buy on PACT, deciding that they've got the rounds to play with, so they might as well rush. Bliat B, down, drop they go, into the meat grinder, getting wrecked by Shifter. He gets himself a 4K.
Does he call for the ace now?
Too late.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think PACT really was expecting much more out of that round. Still, they do have quite a few rounds to play with, so they will actually just take the double save here. Make absolutely certain that they can buy properly in the next round after that.
I don't always like it when a team spends that that money, makes the investment in a force buy, and then just runs in, as opposed to trying to use it effectively. Because you may as well have double saved in and played 5 AWPs or something stupid if you're going to do that.
Yeah. Ooh, Veggie starting it off well, killing the AWP for the Germans. There's Zelbo goes down, and Estico, oh, that's an easy one. You're going to walk through smoke into an AWP's crosshair. He should be hitting that all day long. Veggie gets himself another one, and unfortunately half a second too late on that double up there for Coyote, as Nevi gets both of them.
And it's down to 2 for PACT, Mulsi and Darku. Mulsi had a pretty quiet game so far, despite being on the winning side. So he's going to have to pull a miracle if he's going to do anything, and no miracle will be forthcoming when the AWPer is on point like that. Shifter should be spotted out. His gun barrel would have been sticking out, but he reacts in time to take down Darku. So 15-9, still got 6 map and match points in hand here for PACT before we go to overtime. And Speedlink starting to pile the money on, but of course the money doesn't matter because you can't lose any rounds.
Yeah, you can have as much bank as you want, but if you lose a single round, you are done. So PACT is still looking pretty decent. I do think that they don't have much of a T side either, but it certainly did look a little bit better than Final Gaming's. And they will do what they can at this point to punch through. I think it's very dependent on who gets the first kill here. I think Final Gaming loses a player, then PACT probably comes out ahead. Veggie actually has no grenades left, so that could be a bit of a problem later if they require something or if he's in a clutch. Otherwise, can't see. I mean, Final Gaming now starting to stack two players almost with long areas. PACT has shown a much more spread out default than Final Gaming ever did.
Indeed so, and with just on 1 minute on the clock, nobody's dead. Very little of anything has happened aside from a couple of nade shots and some spamming. So, PACT seemingly taking it far more carefully than they were doing earlier. And Final Gaming, of course, they're in the situation they can't afford to lose any rounds. So they can't take any risks, and that's a difficult spot to be in as a CT side. Has he gotten through drop without being heard?
They must suspect it. Otherwise, I think you'd see much more movement out of Sinks.
That is a pretty risky position that Sinks is in, considering there is a player in drop here.
Two players in drop, and they must have heard the second one fall since Shifter is there. They're actually going to move the second player. Veggie is going to start the killing for his side. He actually gets the second one as well, and that is huge. As PACT. I wish.
I thought he might get the double spray down there, but he doesn't after all. The bomb plant's going to come in. Two players really low here for PACT. And on the other side, you've got an AWP as well, which does make the retake a little harder. And it's even harder when the only one left is an AWP.
Veggie, ends the game as he started with a 3k there. And certainly, I think a good game overall from the polls, but set up by a very, very poor T side by the Final Gaming guys.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And hey, Sol, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Yeah, it was quite a good CT side from PACT. I think even if Final Gaming had been a little bit more dynamic on their T side, PACT were just, I mean, the aim on Veggie and Lunatic Core, they really looked dialed in. I don't think it would have worked for them anyway.
Yeah, I think PACT did have a much better. They had much better looking aim. Certainly were able to hit some very, very crazy shots on the CT side, but it's just, it was weird. I mean, the Germans, I think, had, I mean, was it even a T side? It just seemed to devolve into just rushes here and there. And on occasion, they would slow it down and seem to give them more time to work the poles. But, I mean, that was really just not a great situation at all.
Pulling up the stats here, we can see that Veggie got his 30 bomb after all, RWS of 21.42, which is nutty. If you're above 10, you're doing pretty well. So at that sort of level, frags per round 1.2 and ADR of 116.8. The guy was just going crazy. Maybe we'll see his name in future. I mean, I managed to see a number of players that are in Tier 1 teams now in 2016 when I was casting ECS Development League. Those Danish players and Swedish players did move up to the top tier. So maybe a name like Veggie might be one of those. But of course, that is pretty much it from us, I think. What you probably want to
4 a.m.
Yeah, until 4 a.m. If you really are nuts like we are, come back at 4 a.m. and you'll get to see Bravado Gaming play in ESEA main in America. Of course, we've just been doing some ESEA Europe. So if you're going to see it through, as I say you're seeing, Sol, then I guess we will see you then.
Good luck and good night.
Indeed. So drop us a like, drop us a follow, and drop yourself gently into bed because 4 a.m. is early.
It is going to be rough.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.